Today I'll be trying to move the Yukon into the garage. I've already cleared some space and it's been sitting in my driveway like this for about 2 years. And it's actually kind of funny because the HOA has been trying to make me move it, but I haven't. And I'm not moving it because they're telling me to do it. I just want to go ahead and start working on it, either on the suspension or using some of the parts for the other trucks like the Tahoe, maybe the Silverado, because it does have a transmission and this Silverado's transmission is messed up. But first, what I'll have to do is go ahead and swap out the front tires because they're rubbing on the caliper or on the spindle. I'm not sure what it is, but I just threw them on there. They're the factory 17-inch. I'll see if I can show you a close-up. On the back, I have the 6-inch drop springs, and in the front, it had a 5-inch drop, but I raised up the torsion keys. That's why you see the gap. And on the bottom, you can see where the castle nut is actually touching on the 17-inch wheel right there from the drop spindle. You can see the McGoys. And I also have the 2007 front brakes. They look real close, but I don't think these are touching. The bump steer kit is also touching, but just a little bit on turns. The main one is this bottom one. Either way, I have to take this wheel off. This is the 17-inch. It's just too small, and it's not letting me get it in the garage. I've already tried it with a tow truck, and the guy was having a hard time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swap them out and make it easier to go in the garage. Yeah, this wheel is stuck. It doesn't want to come off.
I'd have to drill it out. I've tried getting under here.
Oh, would you look at that? You got under? Yeah, look at that.
I guess from pulling it and maybe rust, it's even worse than what it was in the beginning. So I'll probably just try to hammer it and it'll probably get loose.
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at this.
And if you tell that...
I left 2 nuts on here just in case so it doesn't fall out. I'm gonna try to hammer it.
Oh, look at this. You got me running all around the car.
I got both the wheels off. The driver one kind of spins, so it's not too bad. It has a little bit of rust. And on the bottom, you can see I had already shaved off this nut. So it was completely flush. It just doesn't fit well with the 17-inch. You probably need at least 20s for those drop spindles. The one on the passenger side, that disc is pretty stuck, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to hammer it. Yeah, this one's really stuck. I'll just put the wheels and maybe whenever they pull it, it'll unlock it a little bit more because I just want to put it in the garage. I had the 26-inch wheels and you can see they were rubbing back here because this is a stock firewall. I didn't cut it. All I did was cut the factory fenders and I had all this extra space. But I did want to go ahead and tub it. I just never got to completing it. Maybe on the Tahoe I could do something like that. And that's just how it looks. Here's a better look at that bottom bolt again. I had shaved it completely off.
60% of the time, it works every time.
On the driver's side, it was rubbing on the same spots back here, and I had the cut fender, but it didn't touch on the factory harness. You can see the grommets all good. All I had to do was probably cut around here and have them weld it so that the tire would tuck in and cover the top section. I just covered a little right here, but that would be for another truck. It was digging on the back of the wheel. You can see that big dent right there. The other one is worse. This one was much bigger right here. See that big scrape? Yeah. These are GM factory declad at 20-inch wheels. I like the way they look, but they don't have any center caps. I was trying out the ones from the 17s. It doesn't look too bad from far away, but you can definitely see that circle popping out. I don't even think these center caps belong to those 17s. Somebody just put them on there, and these somehow fit a little bit in there, but I would have to probably Dremel out the wheel or something. And I do have a set of 3D printed ones that came with the wheels. I just gotta probably have them restored and paint it, and they'll look nicer. They should go like this, but more flush, because right now it's got those lug nuts. It's supposed to use maybe like the Spice or something, but that looks kind of nice if it was all color matched. There's the bags back there. They look okay. I've never actually tried the 17s on the Silverado. This is the first time, but they do fit, and I do still prefer the look of the 20-inch. They are tucking under the bed, but I had actually trimmed it. You can see a little bit right here. It has some fiberglass, and this is just a stock tire size, 265/70 R17. But if I did change them out, I'd probably put like a 255 just to make sure I didn't have to trim a lot back here and have it clear out all the way. It should be able to move now. There's a lot of space under here by the castle nut and on the caliper. So now I just gotta get a tow truck and move it inside. All right, we have the Yukon back in the garage. The Silverado's just out here. And maybe now the HOA will stop bothering me about the Yukon? Yeah, probably not.
Don't tell me what to do.
They'll probably complain now about the Silverado, saying that it doesn't work or it's not drivable because the wheels are tucking in and it's just bagged out. But maybe they should just buy me a new truck, right? You know what's real funny is HOA's always trying to tell me what to do, and the president of the board actually doesn't follow the rules. He'll park his cars all crooked on the driveway, and he even has an old truck parked in the handicapped guest area, not in his property. But you know, they don't really care. All they want is the money. They charge me like $500 every year for the HOA.
You're making me pay you to stand at the cash register? What is the meaning of this?
And I'm not real worried about it. I've already told them, you know, make sure to follow the rules and then tell me what to do.
Take it as you will.
I will.
You should.
I am. I'm taking it.
But what I really wanted was to get the Yukon in the garage so that I can work on it and try to get the transmission out. I've never done it, but I like doing, you know, new things, and I need it for the Silverado. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that hopefully soon. One of the main reasons I don't get rid of the Yukon, I would say, is sentimental value, since this is the first truck that I ever had on my name, and I did go ahead and learn a lot from it. But it does need a lot of work. It needs a whole front end, even the frame, because it got damaged all the way inside. You can see there. So it needs a new frame. And I started taking it apart when it got wrecked, so you can see it's actually missing some of the engine parts already, and water got in, so there's some rust. Body work, framework, engine work, it's a lot. Right now it's really down to the Tahoe for all the custom upgrades, and she's been doing real good. I daily drive her. All I've been doing is oil changes, tires, put some gas, and she's good. But sometimes I need a little bit more time with her, so I can do some custom upgrades like suspension work. I gotta disassemble it and take it off the road, or you know, just any other big project. And that's the reason why I need a backup truck right now. The priority would be to get this truck running as a backup truck, and that way I can get more time on the Tahoe for the custom upgrades, and hopefully later on work on the Yukon and get her running. But this one's not a priority right now.
I'm in control. Let me explain what's going on. This is a contest of skills.
I'm really glad that I still have the Yukon, and like I said, I've learned a lot on this truck. That's why I don't want to get rid of it, and it's actually a good time to have it now since the Silverado needs a transmission. And what I'm thinking is learning on the Yukon while I'm not driving it how to remove and install the transmission. That should be a nice skill, and that way later on, if I can do the transmission swap, maybe I can upgrade to a 4080. Because all the shops, they want a lot of money. They all want like $8,000, $10,000 for a 4L80 swap. I think that's a little bit too much, but we'll see what happens. And if you guys want to see more like this, don't forget to like and share the video. And I'll see you on the next one.